was at least 7,000 years ago, the Chinese discovered through careful observation and through their inner understanding, given perhaps by forces above, that there's a flow of energy in the body. This energy flows continuously through, from the sky and from the earth. And this energy they called Qi. They found that just as the earth has a north pole, a yang end, and a south pole, a yin end, the body also has a yang end and a yin end. And the energy flows up and around, just like the earth. They sensed how the energy flowed around the body in different channels, the meridians. And when one sits or stands in great stillness, one often feels this coursing around the body. The Chinese were particularly observant, and having a written language so early, they were very meticulous about writing everything down and passing it on to the next generation to develop and discover further details. And you know, they built up this bank of precious knowledge of the Qi energy, of the channels in the body. And this knowledge of Qi and the basic philosophy of balance between the two opposites, the yin and the yang, is surely China's greatest contribution to the world. And time will tell how precious this treasure is. And we're going to utilize this knowledge to help the body in its house cleaning. All the different Qi channels in the body, the most important they found was the kidney channel. That is the channel leading from the bottom of the soles of the feet to the kidneys. And clearing and strengthening this channel, they found, was so important to keeping the body young and vibrant, and to increasing its power to fight diseases. And here, may I introduce to you Professor Feng Li Da, who I meet every time I attend the international conferences on Qigong, whether it be the International Qigong Science Association or the World Academic Society of Medical Qigong. Professor Feng is a renowned immunologist, holding the important post of Deputy Director of a huge hospital in Beijing. She's also a Qigong master, and she specializes in the research in the use of Qigong in relation to cancer. Here's a photo I took of her delivering her report on results of experiments of projection of Qi energy from the hand of a Qigong master on stomach cancer cells in a laboratory. And the report was at a Beijing conference in 1988. Now, positive results were reported, there being about 30% of the cells being exterminated. External Qi effect is therefore limited. It's good, but it's limited. But when the person tries bringing this in themselves, the results are wonderful. And the most important thing is that everybody can do it. It's not difficult. We can have it flowing around and coming in and out all the time. And it's certainly very strong and very powerful. Now, before we go on with the walk, a few general points to remember. Confidence, determination, and persistence. And we balance the emotions and try to avoid what the Chinese call the 7 evils: overexcitement, anger, worry, too much thought, such as pining, sadness, fear, and shock. About clothing, we wear warm, loose clothing with no tight belts and have soft shoes. Now, we shouldn't eat hot, stimulative food. No raw garlic, no raw onions. No beer or wine, no smoking either. And before starting in the morning, only have a little food if you wish, and eating should be 30 minutes after practice. It should be 1 hour after a meal, before we start. And there should be rest of half an hour before food and other activities. Now, there should be no sex at all during the practice period. And after emission, this should be restricted to preserve the vital energies. Now, remember that. Now, morning practice is essential, besides other times in the day. And let's remember another 3 words: round, soft, and distant. Round, well, the body movements should be rounded. And soft, the movements should be soft and gentle. And distance, look far away into the distance. Always looking level, straight ahead, eyes not looking up, down, or to the side. Now, this is simple, easy to learn, and it is effective. Mr. Yu Da Yuan, who went over the fine details of this with me, is a living example of the power of this walk. When I met him in 1988, he'd been practicing the walk for 11.5 years. When he started doing the walk, cancer of the lungs had developed to 3 other places. But as soon as he started with the walk, that just stopped there. No, it didn't disappear, although he said he has seen many cases where the hospital could no longer find the cancer. He said he just keeps on doing the walk. He learnt directly from Madame Guolin, or should we say Grandmaster Guolin, who created this set from her rich knowledge of Qigong movements. Her father was a Qigong Grandmaster, and so was Guolin. She was an artist, a lecturer in painting. Guolin was taught by many great masters, and she especially liked the sequences connected with 5 animal play. That's movements symbolic of animal play. She reminds us to think of the bear when doing the walk, and think of being in a forest and be surrounded by green trees, just like here. There are many variations in the walk, and today I'll teach you one that is effective and easy.